instructor for positive sexuality and exquisite restraint corsets, and I actually have Simone here for once. We went a whole summer without Simone.
Sorry.
So hopefully she was making lots and lots of money, and it means that she's not going to go away anymore.
It means I have no money tonight, so I'm hanging out.
Hanging out with me.
You guys, yeah!
So if you have no money, hang out here. That's how we all are doing.
But it's good to be back. I did tons of homework. I have homework. I have questions and things to talk about, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, who's going to go first? You want me to go first?
Go right ahead.
Okay, first of all, a shout out to a friend of the show, Kylie Ireland.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a Kylie week for me. Let's see, I got my email from Tristan Taramino, not private, but you know, the newsletter email.
I did too. I'm like, wow, I'm on Tristan's email list.
And for those who don't know, Tristan is a butt expert. No, she's awesome. She's like somebody that we want on the show. She's a sexpert, lecturer, educator, videographer, performer, educator. I already said that. So our friend Kylie Ireland is in her latest video. Also, the movie Strange Days was on Fox this week.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I noticed that.
And Fox doesn't cut out the nudity, so you get to see Kylie's boobs.
Huh.
Wait, Fox Movie Channel. Yeah, it was Fox Movie Channel. Because remember she was talking about the scene where she has to have sex with another girl.
Right.
And the other girl's boobs were natural.
Where they were because they wanted to see her boobs.
And Kylie's boobs are 2 mounds right there. So, I actually posted a link on my blog, if anybody's interested. Fleshbot cut out that section of the movie where Ralph Fiennes is talking to them and he just looked at their clip of them having sex. And so this is the part where I can tell you about my blog.
Very cool, yeah.
So I lost my blog.
Where'd it go?
It's a long story. I'll make it short. I hate Google. I set up Gmail on an Android phone. My primary old emails were connected. I got hacked. Nobody believes me, but it's true. Because the only X factor in my life was this new Gmail. Gmail got attached to Google accounts, which you know, if you have like Blogger, AdSense, any stuff you've done on Google, even your YouTube, is a Google fucking account. And I was so paranoid. Like, I just got deleted. I'm sick to my... I mean, I just got hacked. I'm sick to my stomach. This has never happened. I deleted. Lost the old blog, but there was nothing brilliant on it anyway.
Okay.
So.
But you do say so yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that.
But the new one's awesome.
It makes you
right.
The new one has like exactly one entry that I made from today. So old blog was filthybookreader.blogger because I bought the domain and still don't know how to hook it up. You're a web person. Yeah, I know. Like, hi, I've paid for a domain that I haven't hooked up. My new blog is thefilthybookreader.blogger.com.
So there.
If you go there, I've posted stuff about Kylie. I posted Adina Knack, which we can talk about.
Right.
HPV.
Yeah, because we had Adina Knack a couple of years ago, because we're actually coming up on our 3rd Halloween. It's going to be at the end of the month.
I'm glad that's
our Halloween.
We consider that our anniversary.
I think it is.
And we're trying to
even though it's not where we started.
It's
we
the
started
funnest.
like in June or July.
Yeah.
But it'll be our 3rd Halloween, so we'll use that sort of as our
Started like in
anniversary.
April because I can remember who I was dating.
Oh. You were dating?
I know, right?
It's so weird.
It was it was like April or May or something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Was the parking lot guy?
It's not.
The parking lot.
It's not.
No, it was the gay man on the down low. How about that?
Right. That's very Simone.
No, it's true.
No, really. We're not lying. Yeah, so Adina came in as one of our early guests, and she had written a book specifically about HPV, but more generally about women living with lifelong
Incurable STDs.
Yeah. And that you can continue to have a sex life and a healthy sex life and have children and blah, blah, blah. And there's just ways around that and how to navigate that. And so she had written a book about that. And so we're trying to bring her back. We're hoping we're going to have her in November. We're trying to bring her back because there's not new information so much as a resurgence in information that we were talking about 3 years ago, that not only was it useful for girls to get vaccinated, but for guys to get vaccinated, However, there's a tricky window in there, and there's an argument as to whether or not the vaccinations are actually helpful. I don't know.
I was upset about this because it's like, why are girls having this vaccine? Have you tested it? What's going to happen? And we know now that nothing's happening. Even the woman who lied to Michelle Bachmann and said that her girl became mentally retarded, that was never verified or true. But what I'm laughing my ass off is that Governor Perry mandated it. Like, after we talked about it, that was like going to happen in Texas, that young girls had to get it. First thing we said was, boys are carriers too.
Yeah.
You have to, like, why aren't you vaccinating them? It's not against cervical
because the girls
cancer,
aren't going to get it
it's
just by
against
sitting
HPV.
there.
Yeah. And so consequently,
They're
Adina,
just not. They have to get it from someone.
yeah. But what we also found
And it's
out,
Texas, so they're not getting it from other girls.
yeah, there's no gay
So-
people in Texas.
Right. So we have to vaccinate the guys.
But what was I going to say?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
derailed.
that's fine.
I do that. I'm sorry.
I was just in an uproar that, like, why are boys getting it? I mean, girls are getting it. Boys are also carriers. Consequently, studies have shown that the rate of throat and mouth cancers for men caused by HPV have increased. So, but how? I guess.
Well, but even that is difficult. We discussed this on the show not that long ago. Was that, are we certain that it was caused by HPV? Because
I think that's what they're saying. I think that's the whole point now.
because the things that I read, I could not get back far enough to an actual study because it's really difficult to prove cause.
Yeah.
We can see a connection. We can see an increase here, and we can see that partners had HPV. But it's hard to make that connection as to whether or not one causes the other.
Well, I posted a link. Adina Knack had just written an article for Ms. Magazine, so I threw that up in the blog. I tried to write a blog where I threw up a bunch of links, and she talks about it. So yeah, you have to be careful. You have to be like a lawyer with this wording. Because another thing about the whole Governor Perry and the mandate was the language. Like, we're vaccinating for girls for cervical cancer. No. You're vaccinating against a couple of strains of HPV. Gardasil does 4. Seriatrix or something is 2 strains.
And there's like 50
or 100.
Or
Like,
100
just
strains of
it's
HPV.
ridiculous. Yeah.
So
it's all language.
yeah, it's very, very,
Ugh.
very crazy.
But it is fun to watch the Republicans. It is fun to see all this stuff get thrown back in their face.
Yeah. What's difficult though is, of course, we've had a whole bunch of stuff happen very recently because we're now seeing serious defunding of Planned Parenthood.
That's not fun.
No, and very recently, this past week or last week, Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
What?
Gone.
It's gone.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the deadline. Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Out of there.
It's history.
It's history.
It's over.
Oh, right,
Over.
it's over. I thought you meant it got reinstated.
No.
No, I knew about this.
No.
Yeah, I knew.
Like last week or earlier this week.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Yeah.
And there were trainings that were supposed to happen through the military. I'd seen information on some of them, over the past year or
Sensitivity
two.
training, where
Training
you
and all of this kind of stuff. And yet we still have various political personnel who are coming down on...
Are you talking about the video of Newt Gingrich talking to a service person who was bitching because they had to sit for a couple hours for some sense? I'm like, motherfucker, you're the one who needs the sensitivity training.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't say
yes,
that. Okay.
No, I didn't see that. But there was like people booing gay service people, stuff like that.
Stuff like that has happened.
It's just so
The gay people have always been there. They've just worked extra hard to not come out so you don't beat the fuck out of them and kill them. Like, you've served next to honorable gay people who do their job, and like the only thing is they can't say, oh, this weekend I'm gonna go see my partner,
my boyfriend.
have dinner, and like, oh my god, see a movie, I can't wait. Rick Santorum said something like, sex has no place in the military. So, okay, a straight service person never said this weekend, man, I'm gonna bang my wife. Yeah. No straight service person has never said that, yeah.
Or that no one has sex in the military.
Apparently no hookers anywhere near the...
And no hookers
There
in
is
the
no
base,
sex.
exactly.
Yeah.
No sex in the military.
Oh god, okay, so we've just brought we've brought
All
the mood
of that
down. I'm sorry.
But this past week was National Coming Out Day.
Yes, I remember that. I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's
I forgot to come
Wednesday.
out. I'm queer.
Good for you.
Did you come out?
It was Tuesday.
Stayed in that
It's a
day.
confirmation.
I stayed
You
in
gotta
that
do it every year.
Right. If you don't do it every year, you don't get to stay in the club.
You don't get to keep
How
your
you
membership.
renew your membership?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well. No, actually, what I posted on my Twitter or whatever it was, that what I did that night was I did my first public presentation of my thesis.
Can you say the title? Say the
It's
title.
Women's Perspectives of BDSM Power Exchange. And so I did the first public presentation on Tuesday night, and I'm doing 2 presentations in November, one at Threshold and one at the Lair. So for anybody who wants to come.
I love that title.
So,
Say it again.
and yeah, Women's Perspectives of BDSM Power Exchange. And what's been really cute so far is, it's like been posted on FetLife and stuff that I'm doing these things and out there. I've so far had 3 men, and more will probably follow, email me, and I haven't had 3 men. I've had 3 men email me and ask me if it was okay if they attended this presentation.
Oh, that's so sweet of them.
Because the description of the presentation is that I'm giving a feminist perspective of women and doing a feminist ethnography. And I guess, what happens, just like other words get misdefined based on radical extremists. They're going, oh my God, this is going to be anti-male, and I don't know if I want to go. And so I wrote back to them and I said, no, it's not anti-male, it's pro-female.
Yeah.
But it's not anti-male, and you can be pro-female and not be anti-male. So,
Do you know, I'm so used to the feminism, Ms. Magazine, fuck Ms. Magazine, the bias against any kind of BDSM or
right.
That's
I would never call it feminism. Just because I don't even want to use that word anymore, that word doesn't work anymore. Like, who told us the word womanism? It was Shakespeare woman.
Oh, right.
I love her. Where did she go? She went to Utah.
She's in
Utah.
Oregon.
Shakespeare, yeah.
Yeah, she's doing the
legit
Oregon
now.
Shakespeare Festival for the next
She's
year.
not-
She's probably pissed off about that new movie that's coming
Oh
out.
my God.
I know!
I
I know. We had our guest who showed us the theory of Shakespeare was probably a woman. What's her
Give me your
name?
Why are we losing?
They have internet.
Volpe.
Lisa
Volpe.
Volpe.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Oh my
Sorry.
God, loved
Lisa
her.
Volpe. She was amazing.
She was hitting on both of us.
Oh my God. And so, a couple weeks ago, I'm going through all of our tapes, because we tape the show and we've got archive tapes, right? And I decided, okay, I'm going to be super nerdy and I'm going to put them all in order and have all the tapes in one box with all their dates and everything on them. So we've got 2 years.
Like a guy?
Oh,
You were like
I
a total
know.
like guy thing.
So I
like,
get to the Lisa Volpe footage, and I'm like, oh my God, this happened. I have it on tape.
Yeah,
She was here. And
we didn't even
talked
fuck
to
her. I know.
And we were stupid. We should have. But she was here. And so I'm like, yeah, we can't let this ever get lost.
I'm so
Very
glad
good.
she's at Oregon Shakespeare. That is
Oh,
so
yeah.
high.
It is
The
really
caliber
cool.
of that. Oh my God. Yeah, she has to be where she's appreciated.
So hopefully we'll get to see who might choose.
Yeah. Maybe she will come back. I hope to God she's not back for a long time. Yeah.
It'll be really cool.
Yeah.
We have an intruder.
Speaking of acting, does Shaft have something to tell us?
I have a question.
Oh, good.
Would you elaborate on what the movie is and why
Oh.
you sent her?
Well,
Shakespeare
because-
Not in Love? What is it?
No, there's a new movie about Shakespeare, and I don't know the name of it because I'm sick of this stuff.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Okay.
About who Shakespeare really was, and the film is saying that he sort of targeted the yokel William Shakespeare and said, hey, I'm going to use your name and you're the one that's going to take the flak for this because I'm actually a monarch or whatever and can't be seen writing things like this. Whereas her thesis seems to hold more weight and seems to have more oomph behind it, where she was discussing that there were actually 1 or 2 women of the time period who were very well traveled, knew a lot of languages.
The wealthiest woman in England
Yeah, the
most
wealthiest-
likely wrote all of those plays.
Yeah, that she most likely wrote all of these plays and just used the pen
She
name
would've
of
been
William
part of the
Shakespeare, and
distinct
that wasn't
sense.
even attributed to
Right.
any particular person, that it's a pseudonym that's poking fun at a male persona, and that there's a lot of evidence in the writings that they were written from a female perspective based on how they're written and the words that are used and things like that, as opposed to a man having written these amazingly romantic sonnets and stuff.
Yeah. And then Lisa
That's
Volpe
right.
discussed all of that, plus worked it into her one-woman show with her drag king work, because she was the LA Women's Shakespeare, which was an all-woman troupe doing all the roles of Shakespeare plays.
Yep.
Brilliantly.
She had it. I mean, she even showed us how she walks as a woman, how she walks as a man. Like,
It's incredible, really incredible. The Center for Positive Sexuality, we have a new online campus. And so it's integrated into the website. So if you go to the website and you go to services and say online campus, I'm going to start putting in classes in there. And some of them are going to be, they're already ready to go and you can just download it and you have the class. And some of them are going to be live interactive classes with myself or other instructors. And it looks really, really cool. It looks really interesting. I like the
so it's not even on
interface.
Second Life, it's on the website.
It's on the website. It's an interactive thing, and you can register for courses. And it looks really cool.
And what courses are you teaching?
Currently, we're going to be doing our sort of what is SM or kinky sex. We have a class that we started to debut and then sort of put off as the new campus was getting created. The new part of the website is Getting the Sex You Want, and is a class on communicating and negotiating and listening.
Can I get a
skills and
scholarship for that one?
stuff. Oh, we can talk a deal. I might trade you for it. We can talk a deal.
I think you have to go out and meet real human beings to have sex with other people, right?
Depends on the sex you want.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I mean I have sex with myself all the time.
Depends on the sex that you want.
Shaft, don't pick on me.
But part of this is trying to define that.
That
First
is
of all,
the
before you
sex.
can get the sex that you want, you need to know what sex you want. And if you don't know what sex you want, you can't get it. So this course is designed to help you figure that out. Figure out what you want and then how to communicate those needs to somebody else. So I think it'll be a good class. And exquisite restraint.
That's me.
It's you.
Did I wear
Halloween.
I wore the fuck t-shirt.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't wear my exquisite restraint
Yeah.
corsets t-shirt.
It's the same, really. They're
Yeah,
interchangeable.
alien fuck. Whatever.
Interchangeable.
Almost the same thing.
So Halloween.
Halloween is coming. It's probably too late to get a rush order unless you have about $1,500, which is not unheard of.
If you do,
I've done it.
please.
Yeah, I did it. But I'll have to talk to you about that later. It was crazy. But my Etsy store always has corsets like ready to go. Usually there's samples that there's nothing wrong with them. It was an idea I had, and I want to sell it quickly because I don't have a retail storefront. And Etsy, if you don't know, is like eBay for crafting people. People who sew like grandma, like me.
And your Etsy courses are priced really, really well.
I know it's really low because
I mean, these are handmade corsets, but the price range is. What's your price range? In general?
Oh God,
For your
custom
Etsy
to see me for
Well, for your
$100.
Etsy.
Oh God, that is like
Yeah.
like 150 to 300 max. I think I have one that's a little bit more. Yeah.
But yeah, and these are all handmade corsets. Really gorgeous. So.
Thanks. And add me on Facebook. If there's anybody in the chat room who doesn't know us, somehow you'll be able to find me on Facebook. And I use my corsets Facebook for this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start. I have enough MySpaces and accounts and
Not doing all that.
yeah. Besides the corsets have been like my entree into so much stuff, like meeting people
Oh,
and the sex
absolutely.
stuff, and I can't think of
And
like.
this.
And
Doing
what?
this.
Oh yeah, that's how I met you.
That's how we met.
Oh my God, because you
I
have
was selling books. And
you
were
do
selling
have
corsets.
a new bookstore.
Well, we have Fairies Books,
Uh-huh.
and it's through Amazon. And if you go to the Positive Sexuality website, go to positivesexuality.org, you can click on Fairies Books, and you can buy pretty much our overstock of what was left over from the Kinky Bookstore. I'm not getting anything new, but kind of what's left over, and 50% of the sales are going to the center.